Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome to the Tundra Dude 34 YouTube channel. We are in the 2023 SR5 Double Cab that you've seen on the channel now for a little over a year, and today is our last ride in the truck. We have come to terms on a new Tundra. What Tundra will that be? You will see either tomorrow or the next day, but I wanted to take one more ride and talk about this truck and the pros and cons, how I felt over the year. It was more like closer to a year and a half, and the reason that it's being traded. So let's start with that, the reason it's being traded. If I had to point out the obvious right away, this back seat, this is the smaller cab. If you're new to Tundra, there's double cab and crew max. This is the double cab. The back seat, it's just almost unusable. And I knew that going in, but I wanted to try it out anyway. I didn't know it would be this tight in here when the seats are in a functional position. Now, if my wife sits in this seat and moves all the way up, you could fit a person back there probably, but it would take some discomfort for both parties involved. The way I drive the truck, there's no way you could fit anybody behind me. The base of the seat comes all the way up to the back of the driver's seat. So there's just no way that, unfortunately, I'll ever be able to go with a double cab again, unless they go back to how it was in the second generation, where there was a ton of room in the back. I used to fit 3 adults in the back seat of my second gen double cab Tundras. So hopefully Toyota hears that from a few different double cab owners, and they somehow, some way, just put a little more space back here. I understand they shrunk the truck, but you want to still make it a usable thing. So personally, that's my number one reason for getting out of this truck. Even more than that, the reason it's happening now and not more down the road, because it was doing its job every other way other than that, is the discounts right now on Tundra are insanely good. And some of you will say, I'm not seeing any discounts, I'm not seeing any inventory. Well, it really depends on where you are in the country as far as deals and inventory goes. But around me, especially in Pennsylvania, you're seeing like 6,000, 8,000 off. Some viewers contact me and tell me they just got 10,000 off their Tundra. So there is deals out there to be had. So I was trying to strike while the iron was hot, just to see what we could do to potentially get back into a crew max, which the crew max cab is going to be something I need very much coming up. And once again, like I said a little bit earlier in the video, I will not be leaving the crew max cab again unless they do something to open up this double cab a little bit. So that's the reason. And guess what? It paid off because we've come to terms. I got a great deal. We'll go over all that when the new truck gets here, but today's the focus on this SR5. Now, I will tell you this up front. If I got this truck I'm sitting in right now in a crew max cab, I probably wouldn't even be looking for a new Tundra as far as good deal or not, because all it would take is the crew max cab, because I am very happy with this Tundra. SR5 is not known to have all the options, of course, but SR5 now does. You can do a lot of things to it. This is a TRD off-road premium package, so you're going to get the leather seats that are heated, or they're not leather, they're Softex, right? The fake leather. It's got the 14-inch screen. It's got the bed lights and outlet. It's got everything you could get when it comes to the SR5. Like, you can really load these things up nowadays. On the outside, I have the upgraded TRD off-road wheel. That's on the limited 1794 and Platinum. It's done really well. I genuinely enjoy this truck. My fuel mileage has been great. I didn't have the greatest fuel mileage in the iForce Max when I was driving around in the TRD Pro, but the fuel mileage in the regular iForce like this is always up in the high teens or low 20s. And, it's like that in a lot of different driving conditions, not just highway. So that's another big thing for me. And as I've been saying, even in the second gen, the double cab always drives a little bit different. It always feels a little bit more sporty than the big heavy crew max. And that's more defined in the second gen than the new gen, because the new gen drivability, like I always call it, is just so good. The truck handles so well. The brakes are great. The engine power is there. The 10-speed automatic transmission, you can't even feel shift. There's always power. Even when you don't go iForce Max, the regular iForce has plenty of power. So with the power, with the good MPG and with all of the technology that's in here, which is even in the SR5 is night and day more than you would find in the second generation Tundra, I was a happy owner except for the back seat. That was my biggest reason. So going forward, lesson learned. We're going to stay in the Crew Max, but I enjoy this truck. I really don't have many cons to say about it other than the back seat size, because I really did enjoy this truck. This truck's stickered at $58,000. I got it in April 2023, and it was an MSRP deal because that's what was going on in the world. But I will definitely miss this truck. I'm happy with what's coming, but the simplicity of this truck with the good amount of technology that you find in the SR5 nowadays, I'm very happy with it. So we shall see if there's any regrets. But to be honest with you, just straight up off the back seat, I don't think there will be any regrets at all. So we're moving up in the trims. SR5 time has come to an end, and that's only possible because of the great deals out there right now. So if I had to stay in this truck, no problem. I mean, I can make do. The best thing I ever bought for this truck was the tonneau cover, because basic things couldn't fit in the back seat here. So I needed my bed cover for when the wife and I go on trips and the stuff we do. So once I got the tonneau cover, it made everything easier to own this truck. But I still said to myself, if I ever see an opportunity to get the the Crew Max again, I'm definitely doing it. Overall, it was a really nice experience. I mean, this thing has like 360 camera on it. It has power folding mirrors, digital rear view mirror. It's loaded up. So the level of technology in this blows my mind. I can't imagine what the new truck will be because it's even more loaded than this. So definitely one thing I'll miss is the power. Hopefully the new Tundra with the Crew Max and the regular iForce engine like this one has the same amount of get up and go that this one has. And like I said, when I used to drive the Crew Max second gens and then go to the double cab and back, I could feel the difference right away. I haven't driven an iForce Tundra in the Crew Max cab for a long period of time to be able to make that call yet. Every time I test the Crew Max, it's always in an iForce Max setup. The first new gen Tundra I ever drove was a press vehicle that was a limited Crew Max with the regular iForce, but I don't remember that. So that'll be a good way to see, how the driving aspects change and how good the new platform is to keep even the bigger, heavier Crew Max cab Tundras going down the road as beautifully as possible. So that's going to be it from the SR5. This is the last time you'll see it on the channel, and then the next time you see a video, it will be in a brand new Tundra. But I wanted to just tell you guys, if you're in the market for Tundra, do not skip SR5. Go look at them, feel them out. I think a lot of you will love this platform and this trim. Yeah, I don't know. I would check out the Crew Max cab if I were you. Really depends on your needs for the truck, of course. But Toyota, if you're listening, open up that back seat a little bit, and then the double cab becomes an option for a lot of people. Again, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, at TundraDude34, TundraDude34 at gmail.com. I thank you guys so much for watching, and SR5 was good to us, but it's time to move on up. Put your comments below. Which Tundra do you think is coming to the channel in the next video? Be safe.